David Robert Mitchell is the man that brought us the absolutely fantastic It Follows, and I was eager for his follow-up to that, and we have it here with Under the Silver Lake, which stars Andrew Garfield. And this is a movie that, even though I'm a little bit removed from it now, I still don't know what to make of it. I still don't know how I feel about it. It is one of those really strange movies that affected me, that I was captivated watching it, that I knew I wasn't getting everything involved within it, but I absolutely loved and adored every single second of this film. Andrew Garfield plays Sam, a kind of disillusioned young man who doesn't seem to have a job or a purpose in life. He just kind of sits by his balcony and watches the world goes by. He kind of eases through life and is floating through until one night he discovers a young woman swimming in the swimming pool, and he makes friends with her, and they hang out for a little while, and they make plans to have a date the next day, or meet up. And the next day she's gone, vanished, and this kind of sparks an interest into Sam. He wants to figure out what happened to this girl, where has she gone, and why did she suddenly just vanish. And he starts to notice lots of things round about him, almost like hidden messages, ciphers, things that only he seems to be noticing. And he starts to put, two and two together and come out with clues that lead somewhere to something that's strange and unusual. And that is as far as I want to go with the plot for Under the Silver Lake, because although it does have a very particular plot and storyline leading through it, it feels as if the movie could fade away from it at any moment. It's almost ethereal in the way he's just moving through this world, and he could be, heading towards one point, and he just takes a deviation, has a conversation with somebody else about something seemingly random, and then kind of moves on back to the storyline at some point. You think of the storyline as like a straight line, and you have Andrew Garfield's character just kind of weaving in and out the plot when he wants to, but it's a character that is just immensely interesting, immensely curiosity. I found him an endearing character, but one that kind of epitomised sort of like modern day generations. Someone that just doesn't really know what they want to do, someone that has everybody else telling them things. He lives within Los Angeles, which is in heavy in Hollywood, and there's a strong representation of Hollywood throughout this, as well as creative and artistic endeavours. And there is just so much going on in this, so many things that just seem covert in the way it tells the storyline and the subjectivity of the story. There's people behind everything. It may be the most unassuming person who you don't know of, have never heard of, but somebody that has a sort of large looming presence over this world. It could be a hidden figure that has his finger in almost every musical element out there. It could be the homeless king that appears, that seems to have access to a vast array of strange places, shall I say, without giving too much away. We have this strange use of sexuality in the movie, which is basically just there and not taboo. It's just part of life. People have sex while watching the news and having a conversation about it while going through just this base act that seems to have them almost disconnected from the act themselves into something else. It's a strange movie that is tonally very unique in the way that it's set up. At the start of the movie, or near the start, you get a squirrel that seems to fall from a tree, lands splat on a pavement, and kind of looks up at our hero before just dying. And that's more of the strangeness that comes out throughout the movie. This is unique, to say the least. This is a fascinating film, one that, like I said, it is extremely rich in thematics, extremely rich on subtext, and I didn't get it all. And I'm completely fine with that, because it just means that it's going to be more rewarding on a rewatch when I go back and delve into this wonderful world yet again. Under the Silver Lake was fantastic. It had one of my favourite scenes that I've seen in cinema this year, and that is the piano sequence with the man just playing a melody of tunes while talking at our lead character Sam, and directly to us at certain points as well. It's a scene that, if I could, I would have watched on repeat for days if possible. And this is a movie that, although I will highly recommend, I don't expect a lot of people to find the love for it that I had. You know, it's one that a lot of people are just going to write off and not like, and it's a movie that a lot of people will just instantaneously love if they give it the chance. I hope you give it the chance. I would love to know your opinion of Under the Silver Lake. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs Film.